Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 3rd of July. So, what we've got in store for today, firstly, let's go and look at the data. We have Wednesday the 3rd, retail sales, Australia's already come out. Let's just liven that up, there we go. So it came in much higher than expected. Now they are keeping open the idea of further increases in Australia, so numbers like that probably feed that sort of those ideas. ADP non-farm payrolls coming out at 115 today. They're as useful as a chocolate teapot, however they move the markets, even though they're notoriously poor, even with the bigger range of numbers that they now capture. They're still so far out and often the wrong way around, but anyway, they still tend to move the market, so we can't ignore them. We can. Final services PMI coming out there for the US there at 245 and 3 o'clock, different data. And then we've got Guard speaking. This is this meeting that's being held, the ECB forum. So closing remarks. There we go. We've not really seen too much from that. And then in the evening we've got the FOMC meeting minutes. They do create volatility at times, subject to how open people have been previously, but mostly you've had everyone speak that take part, but it still occasionally causes a bit of volatility later. So wouldn't put me off getting into a trade this morning for sure, nor does the ADP. We'll just see how things go from there, but yeah, it's alright. That's it for today. So let's have a look at the technicals. And well, the euro's not really helping us too much here, is it? From a daily point of view, it's a little bit all over the shop. You see, it doesn't look quite so bad actually on the 4-hourly picture. It closed its gap. It looked like it was going to roll over some more yesterday in the morning there. So expected it to come over, but it just didn't happen. Found support into 11 o'clock and then turned back. It's hard for me that sort of expect this to be more positive, and it's put a little higher low in here, and perhaps it could be, but it's just not giving too much. It's the daily that puts me off here. It's just not really showing any signs of trend, so it leaves it difficult. The pound got a decent bounce back up there yesterday, having got pretty close to those prior bottoms there. A decent afternoon for the pound. The markets are not put off by tomorrow's voting at the moment for sure for the pound. It looked like we might have been selling in when we looked at it yesterday morning, whether it would be selling right the way through for the rest of the week sort of thing, but not as it appears. So yeah, nothing to do here with the pound at the moment. A bounce off the daily pivot would be quite nice, but it's not really in any significant trend at the moment. It is still chopping along. US dollar yen, this is the one that's continuing to push up slowly but surely, continues to push up. Massive risks sit around it in terms of potential intervention at some times, but someone hasn't got the memo, it would appear, and it's just going up and up and up. You look at it through its 34-year high, 35-year high. That's running and running. So slow but running. Aussie dollar. So news this morning didn't cheer it overly. It's again picked up yesterday afternoon there. It actually started a little bit earlier than some of the others. It wasn't selling as strong in the morning, and it's picked up better. It's already up to its R1. Trouble is, we got this pattern here. We could just see selling. Previously, we've seen selling supply up the top here. Really needs something more than. I mean, it might roll back again. Maybe if it runs back below the daily pivot, it'll be a bit of an opportunity. US dollar CAD again consolidating and not really doing too much. It like everything else yesterday afternoon there, it got well, the divergence happened that was sort of sitting there. It got triggered there in the later morning, but it was quite late morning. It was 1 o'clock when it really started moving proper, and it triggered that divergence move. Then off it went from there. It's quite solid. At the moment, it's got the sort of the bear flag here, and it looks like it could continue through here. It has got the quarterly pivot, the new quarterly pivot, which seems to be holding it at the moment, but we'll see how things push on from that. New Zealand dollar. In fact, the CAD looks about the best of the bunch at the moment. New Zealand dollar sliding away yesterday, but it managed to recover to a degree, and it's looking like it wants to get there. It's not as convincing as the other market. Still lower highs is the main picture there, but on this shorter term here, well, hasn't quite got down to its daily pivot, and it looking a tad more positive there at the moment. Sentiment wise is still positive for the New Zealand dollar, but well, technically it's not been running great this last week or so. US dollar Swissy still softening. This is the one that I just see it pushing right the way back towards those highs and probably higher eventually. It's still moving very much like the yen, and the bank the Swiss National Bank, who want to see it softer, so they're quite happy with this. So we're unlikely to see intervention going the opposite way. So at the moment, it's looking positive there. Maybe we'll see that run right the way up to parity at some stage, but looking solid as it sits at the moment. Euro yen continuing to push up there. Solidly as well, so not a great deal of opportunities kicking through there, but it is pushing up solidly. Right, there's not a great deal going on, to be fair, through these markets. I shall run through the other Forex pairs in a short while in the trading room. Aside of that, then let's just look at gold and oil. Gold first. Consolidating, not really going anywhere. Leaving gold alone, because it's a break above the daily pivot would see me looking at this more bullishly, but maybe this afternoon if it picks up again. Didn't really move the same yesterday. The S&Ps, well, here we go again. Solid day yesterday, and looking, well, it's still up there, hanging in there, looking like we've got further upside potential. Not the opportunities I'd like to see to be buying personally. I needed something more of a retrace, but these are just continuing to push up, and the Nasdaq pushing up again this morning. So equity markets largely there. The Dow Jones really a mess intraday often. It's picking up and looking a bit more positive at the moment, but coming closer to home for those that trade the DAX, it's trying, isn't it? It's trying. Yesterday broke through the lows there, made it look quite ugly, but it ran down to its S3 there yesterday. It was so soft at one stage. He clearly broke the S1 there. The S2 was on, but it went beyond. Anyway, looking at it at the moment, it looks like it could roll back over again with this current bar sitting there, but I wouldn't be looking on the short side until it broke the daily pivot there. But it's sitting around its new quarterly pivot at the moment. It may be just held around that area for a while. The upside is has potential with all the other equity markets pushing up. It might get drawn along, but not looking the strongest. FTSE is quite similar in terms of it's towards the lower end of things, as opposed to, and again, lower highs, lower lows on this 4-hourly picture. And in fact, again, it's not necessarily the most bearish candle at the moment, but it's fouled there. It's gone up there, sold off quite quickly, so far anyway. Again, a break of the daily pivot, be a bit more bearish on that, and I would expect further downside. Okay, that's pretty much it for this morning. It's not great out there, so anyway, I wish you a great day's trading, and I will catch you later. Bye for now.